Well, good morning. Excuse me. I will call to order this December 11th, 2025 Clackamas County Board of Commissioners Business Meeting. County Administrator Gary Schmidt, would you please call the roll for us?
Yes, thank you, Chair. First, our staff support today, County Counsel Billy Williams, Clerk to the Board Andrew Jiraki. Commissioner West will be here any moment. Roll call, Commissioner Schrader.
Here.
Commissioner Helm.
Here.
Commissioner Savas.
Present.
Chair Roberts.
Here. Thank you, Gary. Will you all please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So first up is public communication, and testimony will be limited to 3 minutes per person. I'd ask your comments to be respectful and courteous. As a reminder, you can also email submissions for public communication at bcc@clackamas.us, and they will be accepted as part of the public record. I will take in-person testimony first, and I ask our clerk if you would please moderate the in-person and virtual testimony for us.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If you are attending this meeting in person and wish to comment during general public communication, this is your opportunity to please fill out a blue card and deposit in the box that can be found on the table next to me. Mr. Chair, I see no other members of the public physically present who wish to comment. With your assent, I'll move to those attending virtually. If you're attending this meeting virtually and wish to comment during general public communication, this is your opportunity to please raise your hand, and I will call on you in the order that I see. Mr. Brower, I see your hand first. I'll unmute you. You'll have 3 minutes.
Yeah, good morning. This is Brainerd Brower, a Redland community. I was participating today. I titled it Community Participation and Spirit. I have the sense, as someone else has made comment on, that citizens are uneasy. And I was heartened by seeing some more community participation. So I, as anybody, get frustrated with issues. And at times I can find a issue that I can contribute and raise. And I again thank, as others recently have, that you allow public input. I only wish that more would participate. As I've said before, it's clear to me that you're our elected officials. You're the place that citizens should go to at least voice their perspective. And I see you listening. I even more so see you caring. It's been brought up about veterans and the needs. It's been brought up about the elderly and needs. I see people all the time frustrated with government and bureaucracy, and we all share that to a degree. And yet I don't see enough participation. So really, I'm less asking you for anything today and more asking the citizens of Clackamas County to come and speak up. It's not easy. It's really hard to form a statement that makes coherent sense. But I wish more would participate and at least voice it. The one thing I see is if I don't talk to somebody about any political views and just about the things we care about, there is no disagreement essentially, or there's certainly common ground. And if I point out that, in our media and everything, we don't know what to believe, it's always hard. It doesn't matter what political perspective someone has. It's like, don't know what to believe. So participate locally. And as hard as it is, I'd encourage people to participate. Today, nobody in person, it's a busy time, and nobody else online. So I just encourage that. And particularly now, we're in a time of the year that's supposed to be about goodwill and giving. And we're a nation of free religions, so I celebrate Christmas. Many do, but we still celebrate community and goodwill and hopefully less me culture and more heading towards giving and helping each of you, because you can't do this alone. You need the citizens to participate. So thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brower.
It's very nice.
Next, Mr. Cook. Mr. Cook, I see your hand raised. I'll mute you. You'll have 3 minutes.
Well, what a great segue from Mr. Brainerd there to introduce the December Volunteers of the Month. So good morning, Chair Roberts, Commissioners, Administrator Schmidt, and staff. Great to be back with you for our monthly volunteer acknowledgements. And of course, had to put a little holiday theme through it today. So here you go. 'Twas the week before winter break, and all through the county, Clackamas finishing up, sharing this year's wonderful bounty. Commissioners worked hard, 2 new and 3 old. Administrator Schmidt searching for that big pot of gold. Great clerk to the commission named Anu Jiraki, keeping track of what's said, now a wordsmithing jockey. The county courthouse is done. It's certainly a beaut. Years from now, done paying back that big bag of loot. To help you, encourage you, and work out your plans, acknowledging volunteers were their biggest fans. First on the list, Beaver Creek Hamlet and CPO, a top-notch volunteer group to help the county glow. Gina McMurray and Mark Hilliard, quite a wonderful pair, 2 volunteers deserving of a big thank you fanfare. Onwards and upwards to Mount Hood we go to acknowledge Hoodland's great CPO. Seaberg Ingerson, Hoodland's board member extraordinaire, works with businesses to help run meets, events, and affairs. Stafford Hamlet reaching back to Dave Adams and Jay Miner, 2 legendary members, no one's done it finer. Special thank yous and acknowledgements, if I dare, to all Hamlet and CPO's directors and chairs. Daniel Weber, Derek Cherico, Tammy Stevens, Hamlet chairs. The county would be sorry if their great work was not there. CPOs, too many to mention all directors and their chairs. We all appreciate them. Keep letting them know that you care. Guidance and encouragement of these volunteering crews. Without them, not sure what Clackamas County would do. As Chair Roberts drives Clackamas County's sleigh, hoping for great things starting this next New Year's Day. Chair Roberts shouting on Schrader, on Savas, on Hellman, on West. We're hoping on you, we're counting on you to make 26 one of Clackamas' best. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, and happy holidays to you and yours. Please remember the real reason. Peace, love, and joy to all county staff and wonderful volunteers. CPOs and Hamlets have done such great work in the county for years. As we watch 2025 move on out of sight, season's greetings to all, and to all a good night. Thanks
Let's
again
give them a round of applause.
Hey, that was great.
And thanks for letting us acknowledge our wonderful volunteers. And of course, there is a little musical rendition, which I will forward to you later today.
We
God.
have to
Okay.
respond on this. Commissioner Savas, go ahead.
Chair, I almost ready to make a motion to appoint Rick Cook as the county poet laureate.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not a bad idea. I'd second that one.
Hey, Ben, what do you got?
That was great. I just put an article very similar to that kind of theme. Yours might be better, Mr. Cook, in the Hoodview News. So kind of a retrospective on the things we did this year in the county with a Christmas theme to it. But I may not be as gifted as Mr. Cook
was
is.
pretty
But I really
good.
tried. So you set the bar very high, sir.
Well, thank you. It's easy to do when you got great people to work with.
Well, I appreciate how you have fun with this every single time you come and
Yeah.
speak with us, and it puts a smile on our face. And I'm very glad you do it.
Yep, very enjoyable. Thank you so much. All right, Andrew. I'm sorry,
Sorry,
Diane.
I just wanted to say, yes, Rick, I haven't known you long, but every time I meet you and every time I hear you, you bring a sense of joy, sometimes in an otherwise kind of crazy world. And also a thank you for your Thanksgiving wishes you did to all of us as well. I love your poetry. That was my thing back in my day, so I'm enjoying it a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and move on, Andrew. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a final call. If you are attending this meeting virtually and wish to comment and have not yet spoken, to please raise your hand. Mr. Chair, I see no other members of the public, either physically or virtually present, who wish to speak today during general public communication.
Thank you. All right, I will now close the public communication portion. I'll turn to Gary as to what you have next on the agenda.
Thank you, Chair and Commissioners. Next is a presentation. Your first presentation is Business Development Grant Recipient Spotlight Video. This month, it is Photo Solutions Incorporated in Clackamas County. Laura Edmonds, Economic Development Manager, will present and share a short video. And our business representative from Photo Solutions is unfortunately not able to join today, but was going to be here otherwise. Laura, go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair, Commissioners. Pleasure to be before you again. Excited for the continuation of our business spotlights because these grants, the Business Development Grant Program has been so successful. And Chris Curtis, the Director of Operations and Finance with Photo Solutions, does send his regrets, but it's unavoidable. He took ill, so just wanted to make sure that you were aware of that and that he confirmed I could share that. So with that, this is the third video in our series. You are seeing I'm going to remind you guys, you're seeing a shortened version of the video because of the timing that we have at these business meetings. The full version will be publicly available after today's presentation. And Chair Roberts, you referred to contact information for the organizations. It is included in those full videos. So when we market it, it's out there for all to see. And if they were to be able to contact them, they can. So just so you know that. So Photo Solutions, located in Wilsonville, is a family business which manufactures high-precision encoders. Photo Solutions is a 2024 grant recipient who received $20,000 for a workforce development project to hire staff and to purchase additional production equipment as part of the production expansion. So before we proceed with the video, I do want to give you a little bit of the numbers because we love our ROI for these investments. So this investment helped to create 4 new jobs in Clackamas County, averaging $25 an hour, which attributes to about $52,000 a year in wages, averaging. And that is about $208,000 in payroll. So the $20,000 investment is near a 10 times return on our investment. So let's proceed with the video. That's what we have.
Thank you.
Photo Solutions is a precision contract manufacturing company based in Wilsonville, Oregon. We specialize in optical encoder discs and scales, other optics components such as reticles and target calibrations, and we're starting to branch into new markets such as the semiconductor and the microfluidic industries. We serve the aerospace, medical, robotics, driverless car companies that utilize LiDAR, and other applications that require custom optical encoders and optics components.
Here at Photo Solutions, we have some really old equipment that has been customized, and then we have some new state-of-the-art equipment also. We have 2 areas. We have film and glass. Film is a mylar material. In that area, they just produce a mylar encoder. In glass, we produce the glass encoders. Those are made one by one. From what I know, nobody else does it the way we do it by hand, each one. They all have big machines that create thousands at a time. Because of the way we do it, the quality is so much better.
We moved to Clackamas County in 2020. We moved here because of the high-skilled workforce and the manufacturing infrastructure already in place. During the pandemic, Photo Solutions experienced a significant amount of growth year over year, so we were pretty tight on cash going into 2025. So with the grant, we were able to onboard 4 new people. One was a manufacturing engineer that has really increased our capacity to onboard new products and equipment. We were able to procure a new film camera operating system. That's going to significantly increase our capacity in this area of our production. Another new infrastructure improvement was our humidifying system. Humidity fluctuations cause process instability. We were able to really stabilize our laser cutting process in glass, which has gained us new opportunities in the semiconductor and the biotech industries, specifically for microfluidics. I believe without that humidifying system, the process would not have been as stable, and we may have lost those contracts, which are new to us and we're very excited for. Photo Solutions is a very small manufacturing company. Right now, we only have 25 people, but we're very excited to grow, especially grow in Clackamas County. This grant program has been really wonderful for us, and we're really excited about any future opportunities that Clackamas County can help Photo Solutions with in its continued growth.
Right, Martha, go ahead.
Yeah.
I see you.
So what I was fascinated by is that they work in the medical industry field too. How many, and I do think we have a medical manufacturing cluster in this county. They're not the only one that does the things that are used for medical devices. Do we have a list, or do we know who some of those other companies are?
I
at
don't
this point?
have that at my fingertips
Okay.
today, but if it's a question you want me to get clarity on, I'm
Yeah.
happy to do so.
I'd be curious. It seems to me we have folks that build hip joints and elbow joints, and then we have there is a medical manufacturer, I believe, in Lake Oswego, that does technology for heart implants, things like that. So I'd be kind of curious at how big that subsector is in our county. But anyway, and are they a member of the Pacific Northwest Defense Coalition if they're doing aerospace? Do we know that, this particular company?
I do not know that.
Okay.
I
Let's
can ask.
encourage them to join. Yeah, right. Thanks.
Yeah, I'd just like to comment and say, first of all, the video is fantastic. Again, thank you to all your hard work and PGA and everybody else that worked hard to put this together. And I did want to kind of hear your thoughts about, I know it goes on the county website. Is there a YouTube channel that these are put on? Or Gary, maybe you're apt to.
Yes, so
addressing
all
that.
of the county's videos are on the county YouTube channel, ClackCo. I don't know the address. I know we'll pull it up real quick. It's really not on our county website. It's on the YouTube channel for the county. But we could better promote the YouTube channel maybe on the homepage. It probably already is, but that's where the videos are posted.
We also have the videos posted on the Economic Development webpage. And so there's a link. And then we also push them out through social media. And then our partners, the chambers, and then even our cities promote the videos throughout the communities. So it's kind of exciting. We're getting a lot of visibility and a lot of good movement behind these.
Right. And this is just great, showing a, high-tech company in Clackamas County, so fantastic job. So anyway, this is information only. Again, I want to thank you for coming today and the great job on the video. And I'll now move to Gary as to what's next.
Yep, thank you, Laura. Next, you have 2 public hearings. The first, approval of a boundary change proposal number 2025-008 for sanitary sewer and stormwater services to 11000 Southeast Jennifer Street in Clackamas. No county general funds are involved. Jeff Munns, Assistant County Counsel, will present. Go ahead.
Thank you, and good morning. There's another annexation into one of the component units of Wes. This is a property that is currently improved as a parking lot, but the owner is having it annexed into the district so it could be developed further and receive stormwater and sewer services. The application was in proper form. It meets all of the requirements of the comprehensive plan for our county as well as the Metro Code. Notices have all been properly completed, and so therefore staff recommends approval of this annexation.
Turn to my colleagues. Any questions? Seeing none, I will now open public hearing, so I'll turn to our clerk and have him moderate that for us. Clerk?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If you're attending this meeting in person and wish to comment on this specific agenda item only, this is your opportunity to please fill out a blue card and deposit in the box that can be found to my right. Mr. Chair, seeing no members of the public physically present wish to comment on this specific item, with your assent, I'll move to those attending virtually. If you're attending this meeting virtually and wish to comment on this specific agenda item, this is your opportunity to please raise your hand. Mr. Chair, I see no other members of the public, either physically or virtually present, who wish to comment on this specific matter today.
Thank you. I'll now close the public hearing portion. Turn to my colleagues if you have any comments. Yes, go ahead.
So Jeff, I know that you always give us the request and the reason. On the subject property, they just want to connect to and receive sewer services is because their septic failed.
It isn't currently served. It's a parking lot adjacent to an improved.
So there's nothing there at all,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Okay.
parking lot. It's been only improved to have this parking
I
space.
didn't
So
see a map, and I know there was, you gave us the map coordinates and stuff.
yeah, it's not a lot to look at in a sense right now. There's not much there, but they're
Okay.
going to be developing it further, and so this annexation of the district is to be prepared for that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right. May I have a motion?
I move we approve boundary change proposal 2025-008.
Second.
Commissioner Savas has moved to approve the boundary change, proposal 2025-008. Commissioner Helm has seconded. Any further discussion?
Just question, point
Yes.
of order. Did we open the hearing? It's a
Yeah.
hearing. Did we open and close it?
Yes. He did, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Paul, for keeping me on track, though. Checking on me. All right, I think we're at a point. Clerk, would you please call the poll?
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schrader.
Aye.
Commissioner Helm.
Aye.
Commissioner Savas.
Aye.
Mr. Chair.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Andrew. Gary, what's next?
Thank you. Next is also a public hearing, approval of boundary change proposal 2025-009 for sanitary sewer and stormwater services to 19763 Parish Road in Oregon City. No county general funds are involved. Jeff, go ahead, please.
Yes, thank you. Again, this is another annexation into a component unit of West, this one into the Tri-City Service District. This property is on the edge of Oregon City, essentially. They will also be later annexing into the city. This is to replace a septic system. And one of the main reasons for their annexation into both our district and the city is to receive the sewer service. Single-family home, it's already improved. Again, the application was in proper form. It meets the requirements of both our comprehensive plan and the Metro Code. All the notices were properly given, and the staff recommends approval of this annexation.
Thank you, Mr. Runs. Any questions from my colleagues? If not, I'll now open our public hearing portion, and I'll turn to our clerk again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If you are attending this meeting in person and wish to comment on this specific agenda item, this is your opportunity to please come forward and deposit a blue card in the basket that can be found to my right. Mr. Chair, I see no members of the public physically present wish to comment. With your assent, I'll move to those attending virtually. If you are attending this meeting virtually and wish to comment on this specific item, this is your opportunity to please raise your hand. Mr. Chair, I see no other members of the public, either physically or virtually present, who wish to comment on this specific agenda item today.
Thank you, Andrew. I will now close the public hearing portion, turn to my colleagues. If you have any-
One quick question again.
Yes.
Do we have any idea how much it costs to hook up to sewer?
It's really dependent upon
this-
the distance, the property itself, what it's serving. Single-family residence with a line in the street right next to it is one of the lower cost ones. I'm not sure about that commercial property we talked about earlier, depending, it's a much larger piece of property and where they're gonna receive the service on the property. But it varies, of course.
Right.
And we see some of these where it's a much larger development as well. So I know that the single families on the low end, but I don't have a number for you. I'm happy to get that for you.
No, just
To give you
curious.
some context, yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of, I wonder what the range is. It's probably pretty huge.
Right. May I have a motion?
I move we approve boundary change proposal number 2025-009.
I'll second.
All right, Commissioner Helm has moved to approve the boundary change proposal 2025-009. Commissioner West has seconded that. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, clerk, will you please call the poll?
Commissioner Schrader,
Aye.
Commissioner Savis,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Helm,
Aye.
Mr. Chair.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And Gary, what is next?
Great, thank you, Jeff. Next is the consent agenda for the Board of County Commissioners. Andrew, would you please read the consent agenda?
Consent agenda for the Board of County Commissioners. Item A, elected officials. 1, approval of previous business meeting minutes for the Board of County Commissioners. 2, approval of a local subrecipient grant agreement between the District Attorney and the Children's Center of Clackamas County for child abuse medical referrals. Agreement value is $1,290,000 for 2 years. Funding is through the Oregon Department of Justice. No county general funds are involved. B, transportation development. 1, approval of a contract with Harper Hoff Peterson Regals for the Conway Creek at Asheville Road culvert replacement. Contract value is $517,469.28 for 2 years and 6 months. Funding is through the United States Department of Transportation and the County Road Fund. No county general funds are involved. 2, approval of a service agreement with Evolve Software Corporation for permit application software. Agreement value is $1,071,959.85 for 5 years. Funding is through permitting revenues. No county general funds are involved. C, Health, Housing, and Human Services. 1, approval of a grant agreement with the Oregon Criminal Justice Commission for adult drug court programs. Agreement value is $565,967 for 2 years. Funding is through the Oregon Criminal Justice Commission. No county general funds are involved. 2, approval of a grant agreement with the Oregon Criminal Justice Commission for mental health court programs. Agreement value is $527,626 for 2 years. Funding to the Oregon Criminal Justice Commission. No county general funds are involved. 3, approval of a grant agreement with the Oregon Criminal Justice Commission for driving under the influence of intoxicant court programs. Agreement value is $179,177 for 2 years. Funding is the Oregon Criminal Justice Commission. No county general funds are involved. 4, approval of a revenue pharmacy services agreement with the Kroger Company for use of Fred Meyer prescription drug dispensing locations. Agreement value is $200,000 for 5 years. Funding is through Kroger Company pharmacy revenues. No county general funds are involved. 5, approval of a lease agreement with Genoa Healthcare for pharmacy space at the Sunnyside Health Center. Agreement value is $105,300.66 for 3 years. Funding is through Genoa Healthcare. No county general funds are involved. 6, approval of an intergovernmental agreement with Portland State University for trauma recovery training to health center staff. Agreement value is $8,000 for 7 months. Funding is through health center fees for service. No county general funds are involved. 7, approval of an amendment to an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Lake Oswego for reimbursement of access to electronic patient care record software. Amendment value is $6,013 for 1 year. Total agreement value is $30,065 for 5 years. Funding to the City of Lake Oswego. No county general funds are involved. 8, approval of an amendment to an intergovernmental agreement with Clackamas Fire District Number 1 for reimbursement of access to electronic patient care record software. Amendment value is $27,330.60 for 1 year. Total agreement value is $136,653 for 5 years. Funding is through Clackamas County Fire District Number 1. No county general funds are involved. 9, approval of an amendment to an intergovernmental agreement with Colton Fire District for reimbursement of access to electronic patient care record software. Amendment value is $638.12 for 1 year. Total agreement value is $3,190.60 for 5 years. Funding is to the Colton Fire District. No county general funds are involved. 10, approval of an amendment to an intergovernmental agreement with Gladstone Fire Department for reimbursement of access to electronic patient care record software. Amendment value is $3,297.95 for 1 year. Total agreement value is $16,489.90 for 5 years. Funding is through Gladstone Fire Department. No county general funds are involved. 11, approval of an amendment to an intergovernmental agreement with Hoodland Fire District for reimbursement of access to electronic patient care record software. Amendment value is $1,957.30 for 1 year. Total agreement value is $9,786.50 for 5 years. Funding is through the Hoodland Fire District. No county general funds are involved. 12, approval of an amendment to an intergovernmental agreement with Molalla Fire District for reimbursement of access to electronic patient care record software. Amendment value is $6,902.69 for 1 year. Total agreement value is $34,513.45 for 5 years. Funding is through Molalla Fire District. No county general funds are involved. 13, approval of an amendment to an intergovernmental agreement with the Sandy Fire District for reimbursement of access to electronic patient care record software. Amendment value is $6,135.73 for 1 year. Total agreement value is $30,678.65 for 5 years. Funding is through the Sandy Fire District. No county general funds are involved. 14. Approval of personal services contract with Transcending Hope for temporary and transitional behavioral health housing operations and supportive services. Contract value is $1,005,751.92 for 18 months. Funding is the Oregon Health Authority. No county general funds are involved. D. Disaster management. 1. Approval of a personal services contract with Tetra Tech for disaster debris management services. Contract value is approximately $1 million, contingent on disaster damage, and 5 years. Funding is through county general funds and at least 75% reimbursement from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Mr. Chair, that concludes the Board of County Commissioners' consent agenda.
Thank you, Andrew. Do any of my colleagues wish to remove any item from the agenda? Seeing none, I would like to remove D1, disaster management, and make it a separate discussion item. And with that being said, may I have a motion on the remaining consent agenda item?
I move we approve the consent agenda without item D1, disaster management.
Well, second.
All right, Commissioner Savas has moved to approve the consent agenda item, D1, disaster management, and Commissioner West has seconded that. Any further discussion?
Just a question. I have my.
Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Chair, do we need a heads up about why we're removing that, or any thought? Just, is there anything?
Yeah, and I was actually just going to go ahead and discuss that.
Cool.
So I have actually a potential conflict of interest on that case. I'm going to abstain from that, is why I wanted to present that and make sure that that it is potential. So with that being said, I will not be voting on that matter.
Okay.
So Chair, do you want to vote on the consent agenda in its entirety minus that, and then vote separately on D1?
Or do we need to have a further
So
discussion?
you already have a motion on the table?
That was the motion,
The motion's
yeah.
on the table to do just that, so you're ready for the vote when you're ready to do that.
So I just ask that we have the clerk call the roll on the remainder, and we can have a separate vote on D1.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes.
Sorry, just one. So we're going to vote on the entire consent agenda. We've pulled out D1. Are we going to then turn around and vote on D1 separately to allow the chair to abstain from that issue? We don't need further discussion on D1 before the board. We're just separating it out for the chair to be able to abstain. Okay, thank you. I just need to understand process. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to be clear myself, so I was kind of revisiting that. So the vote now would be with not including D1.
Correct.
So
All the
let's,
rest of the consent agenda.
we'll go ahead and call the poll on that.
Commissioner Helm,
Aye.
Commissioner Savas,
Aye.
Commissioner Schrader,
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Mr. Chair.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0, Mr. Chair.
All right, now we'll move on, and if I could have a motion on the other D1.
Chair, I move that we approve D1 as listed in the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, Commissioner West has moved to approve the personal services contract with Tetra Tech for disaster debris management services. Commissioner Schrader has seconded that. Any further discussion? Anything? All right. Want to make sure there's no other comments. Okay, hearing none. Clerk, would you please call the poll?
Commissioner Savas,
Aye.
Commissioner Schrader,
Aye.
Commissioner Helm,
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Mr. Chair.
Abstain.
Motion passes 4-0 with one abstention, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, I want to make sure
did
we
it.
had that all correct. Thank you, Gary and Andrew. Gary, what is next?
Thank you. Next is County Administrator Update. That's me. I'd like to recognize our staff for their incredible work. Today, I want to recognize our road crews and their pothole maintenance. So our road crews fill potholes, and they do it pretty efficiently and quickly once you notify them of it on our county website or phone in about the pothole. A resident of Happy Valley recently wrote this. I want to say that, in my opinion, the Clackamas County Roads Department is amazing. I've sent pothole messages many, many, many times, and the county has filled them all in a week or less. This is top-notch work, people. Thank you. Absolutely right. Thank you for this incredible comment. Thank you to our road crews and our Department of Transportation and Development. They are on it. And it's an incredible service, one of many we provide, our staff provides to the public on your behalf, County Commissioners. That is my update today. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next, we have Commissioner Communication, and we'll start with Commissioner Schrader.
Oh, thank you for that. Well, it's been a busy, first I just want to make a quick comment. I had this up because potholes are not partisan, which is something later.
Are you sure?
There you go.
Yes. Thank you, God. It makes me glad I'm a county commissioner every day because most of what we do really doesn't get embedded in ideology, actually. We're really, and I'm frankly at the point of thinking that we are right now the fabric, the counties of holding this nation together. I think that's a real clear statement I can make. In any case, I digress. I had a great Thanksgiving. I got to see my grandchildren, which is always a joy for me. The only negative, Diana and I talked about this a little while ago, is that they are little germ incubators. So last time it was a stomach flu. This time I'm still suffering from a cold and congestion because I'm convinced they incubate it and it gets really worse and worse and the older you get and you catch it. Nevertheless, I flew to Wise County, Texas for the National Association of Counties conference. This was our board meeting. I'm very thankful to our Association of Oregon Counties for allowing me to stay on the board, which gives me an opportunity to keep going and learning about these national issues. It was a very interesting symposium. It was a storytelling symposium using stories as a bridge between past and present policy and people, county and country. And so sharing stories around the county table in the hallways and across county lines. County stories shape our leadership, strengthen our service to our people, to all of those we represent. The narrative, the story of the importance of America's counties, like I just alluded to, truly is nonpartisan, pragmatic, and moving forward. Tells, again, really iterates how important this level of government really is. Nevertheless, sometimes I think that we are the least understood. Because when people are always asking me what counties do, I usually respond, we do everything. And then I'll give them the litany and the list. It was interesting that the conference had S.C. Gwynn, a Pulitzer nominee for his book, Empire of the Summer Moon, which is a narrative about the Cherokee Nation, and how the Cherokees actually were at one point in very poor spot and have built themselves up through the years. I have a copy of the book. I didn't bring it with me today. Next time I'll try and get multiple copies because I think they'll give me that so we can get it to everybody. And then we had a singer-songwriter, Drew Kennedy. And he basically gave us a lot of music with his guitar. And it was kind of a fun way, to lighten the mood. And then we moved on to heavier conversations with pollsters Matt Cantor from Global Strategy Group and Henry Packhurst from Opinion Research on Message Incorporated. And really what they're finding out at this point in time, I don't think it's any surprise to us, it's happening here, is that affordability is rising to the top of what everybody's issues are because of inflation. I just read today in the Times that there's in the National Senate, they have not passed a health care bill that they could agree on. So they're anticipating some pretty severe premiums rising up, and that's the kind of thing that I'm picking up on at the national level, and the polling seems to prove it. That seems to be the top priority with people, and the uncertainty of, okay, if things go up, how are they going to pay for it? How are they going to manage? What is it going to do to their budget? So front and center nationally, as well as I believe here in Clackamas County. We then did a state policy exchange with executive directors from Indiana, Wisconsin, and Texas. I wish I had had a chance to talk to the directors. They will be important for me to get to know, so I will have to give them a call. The other thing I worked with the Women of NACO, which is a subgroup, and I'll be speaking with them this afternoon. They are doing a student education initiative, elevating student education for leadership in counties to the national level. Basically, my role is, I'll be talking to them this afternoon. The National Association already has Counties 101, which is an excellent curriculum. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm hopeful. I'm going to suggest that we have some of these young people in the room where we actually use that curriculum, so they will actually be able to answer the question of what counties do and why we're so important, and encourage them to move into county leadership. That'll be one of the goals of this initiative, with Monique Baker McCormick, who is the president of the Women of NACO. And finally, I'm just still trying to, make contacts for the National Association of County as I try to do a run for an office there. My theme is not left, not right, but forward. As I said, I believe we need to move forward because I think counties are the place to do that. And it's really going to be about leadership, in turbulent times, and how we can manage that and how do we cope with that as counties. Because as I said, with everything else that's going on, we can see that the uncertainty and the level of angst about that is rising. So that was it. I'm glad to be back. I'm still pretty tired, but all in all, it was a good experience, and I always learn something new, and hopefully I bring things that are useful back to my colleagues. So, thank you.
Thank you for
That's
the-
my report.
All right, thank you for the update. Commissioner Savas.
Yeah, on Monday, some of us attended the Oregon Business Plan Leadership Summit put on by the Oregon Business Council. I've gone to, I think, all of those over the last 15 years. I find it very enlightening. It's really the main, I say, premier opportunity for businesses in the state of Oregon to signal to the electeds challenges or issues or opportunities that come before us, and also an opportunity for some of those electeds to speak to them, primarily usually state legislators, and the governor often speaks at these, which she did on Monday. And there's a lot of the theme, a little bit sombering, but the economic times are looking pretty tough for the road ahead. Looking to help, hopefully, reach out to government to try to make this Oregon a more attractive place for businesses to stay, retain, or move to. And we're not really doing so well in a number of key categories. Lots of discussions with other people during the breaks and sessions. And I brought up to a number of people back about 20 years ago. We had in place the Oregon State benchmarks, which had about 159, 160, 70 key performance indicators on how the state was doing in a number of categories. And I remember at my first AOC meeting conference in 2011, I made a motion that carried unanimously for AOC to lobby the state to bring back the Oregon State benchmarks. And the long and the short story of that effort is that the state, DAS, others, were not so receptive to that because they were concerned about how those metrics would be used, right? The numbers would be used perhaps politically. And at the same token I think we need them, right? I mean, and typically the governments or the government leaders that typically speak to our state legislators and the governor at this conference. But the point being is that, people say we need to bring back the benchmarks. We need to bring back our metrics or KPIs or KPIs, which are, again, key performance indicators and metrics. So when we look at those numbers, it certainly tells us there's something wrong, and I think we need to pay attention always and be very dynamic and respond to any trends we see. And the trends have not been favorable for the state of Oregon for a long time. So a lot of what I heard, it came as no surprise, but they did make a strong message, or convey a strong message to us and the audience. I did want to briefly speak something that was that Brainerd mentioned. This is something that I've actually struggled with for a long time. Brainerd, thank you for your comments. I always said it's either apathy or complacency or both, that sometimes people don't get involved. But when things get hot or there's an issue, people show up. I jokingly said, because I remember the first time as an elected official, the water district was in financial straits 20 some odd years ago. We had to consider a rate increase. They had to raise the rates for years. So we, sent out a notice that, in a month or so, at a certain date, that the board of water board commissioners would be considering a rate increase. And boy, did they show up on a hot August night, pack the room. So I guess we need to have more rate increases. I'm joking. But Brainerd, it is hard. I do know that I've worked a lot of CPOs and people that way back and try to get community involvement. So I want to just recognize and thank all the CPOs and the hamlets for their engagement and getting their local. And when you have something that's a burning issue, or you do connect with us, and whether you connect with us in a meeting or reach out to staff or us individually, we always seek solutions. But I would like to see more engagement. If you want to see a lot of public engagement right now, you can go to the Portland City Council meetings. There's a lot of people that show up there. Their meetings go long and their conversations go deep. So I guess in a way, I'm glad we don't have those kinds of challenges. But maybe we're doing a decent job. I think, and sometimes good news doesn't really sell. Bad news really brings out a lot of people. So I do want to thank everyone in Brainerd, especially you, for bringing that to our attention. And I do know that our Committee for Citizen Involvement, CCI, does a lot of work in that area. I want to put, just again, shout out to those folks for continuing to stay engaged, involved, and connecting. And I know that Rick Cook, our unofficial Clackamas County poet laureate himself, is aware of the great work that CCI is doing as well. Chair, I yield back.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner West.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Savas, thank you for those comments. I think we do have a lot to look back on this year alone. And we often are critical, and rightfully so, of the state and the region, and where it hasn't met important benchmarks, or where the region should and must do better. And not to compete with Mr. Cook, but I am going to share my festive retrospective. Also, it's not going to be as good as Rick's, but I'm gonna share it anyways, because just based on what you said, we have a lot to look back and be thankful for, and to be proud of, especially in this county. And it's not even everything, but I try to put it all into one little article that was recently just published in the Hoodview News. If you don't subscribe to the Hoodview News, if you're in the county, you should. It's that population, that's quarter 26 population, primarily East County, out in your neck of the woods, Commissioner Helm. But you should follow it. They do a lot of great local reporting in that local paper. And so I'm going to share this with you guys as we look back on what we did this year in Clackamas County, just a festive retrospective. As the holiday season blankets Clackamas County in a gentle frost and the twinkling lights adorn our neighborhoods, I find myself reflecting on the past year with a heart full of gratitude as your county commissioner. It's my privilege to serve this vibrant community, and what a better time than now, amid the aroma of pine trees and the warmth of family gatherings, to celebrate our collective achievements. This year has been a gift, wrapped in progress, and tied with the ribbons and collaborations reminding us that even in challenging times, our county shines like a star atop a holiday tree, showing all what good local governance can achieve. Let's start with the grand openings that have brought new life to our communities. Much like the first snowflakes heralding winter's joy, the ribbon cutting at Clackamas County Courthouse was a momentous occasion, symbolizing justice and accessibility for all. Similarly, the grand opening of the Clackamas Village has created a bustling hub for its residents, fostering connections that echo the holiday spirit of togetherness. And who can forget the festive unveilings of the new Oak Lodge Library, Community Center, and Park in the North Clackamas Parks and Recreation District. These spaces are now beacons of learning and leisure where families can gather for story hour or holiday events, building memories that last a lifetime. Infrastructure and planning have also made remarkable strides, laying the foundations for the prosperous new year. We've completed the Sunrise Corridor Community Vision Plan, a blueprint for sustainable growth that ensures our county remains a welcoming home for generations. The groundbreakings for El Nido in Lake Oswego, Blossom and Short Stack in Milwaukee marks the start of innovative housing solutions. At the same time, the decision to fund Phase 1 of the Recovery Campus underscores our commitment to healing and support, true embodiments of the spirit of the giving season. In the realm of health and safety, we've unwrapped several vital initiatives. Completing a performance-based ambulance contract enhances emergency response, providing the peace of mind that comes with a warm blanket on a chilly night. In response to the federal shutdown and loss of SNAP benefits, we acted, declaring a state of emergency and giving funding to food banks to ensure that no family went hungry. Reflecting the holiday ethos of caring for our neighbors, the opening of the Clackamas Village and the Crisis Stabilization Center will strengthen our recovery-oriented system of care, offering hope and stability to those in need. Cultural and recreational highlights add sparkle to our year, distributing $250,000 in arts funding has nurtured creativity, supporting local artists whose work brighten our holidays with color and inspiration. All the grand openings and other community spots have injected fun and flavor into our daily life, much like festive treats at the winter fair. As we approach the new year, these accomplishments remind me of the magic and unity, Clackamas County's greatest strength. From the courthouse halls to park pathways, we've built not just structures, but a stronger, more compassionate community. Wishing you all a joyful holiday season filled with love, laughter, and light. Together, let's make the coming year even brighter. We did a lot.
Very nice.
Very
Did a lot,
nice.
Good,
so,
thank you.
Thank you.
So we can share it with other people.
yes.
I'd like to,
Yeah.
like
It
to
is
get
in
that out
this
to.
issue
yeah.
of December's issue of Hoodview News, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Very
nice.
good.
Very nice.
That's fantastic.
Diana Helm.
Well, I talked very briefly on Tuesday at Issues about the Leadership Summit that we attended on Monday. Just kind of piggybacking on what Commissioner Savas said, so much of this was on economic development, which I think we're kind of ahead of the state on here in the county. But it was sombering. And because it was my first one, I talked to several people there that I knew who, I will say just a few eye rolls that, yeah, we do this every year and no one listens to us, right? It falls on deaf ears, and that's discouraging to hear, but maybe this is the year it doesn't fall on deaf ears. Hopefully they're kind of waking up to how each area in the state of Oregon, no matter where you're located, needs the vitality of businesses in their communities to grow and thrive. So that was a portion of it. But anyway, it was like, sort of depressing, but maybe gives us a glimmer of hope. And then I talked about a few other things on Tuesday as well. But I just, a little bit of good news yesterday. Commissioner Schrader and I had a meeting with Nancy Bush because we're going to be adding pollinator gardens around the courthouse area here. So I know, Jerry Herman, thank you so much. You know, you brought this to our attention, and we're working on it. I want you to know we're working on it. I'm a huge, firm believer in this, and I have a whole mason bee thing at my house where I take care of the mason bees every year. They have a hotel. They have a grand hotel at my place. So it's really important for our environment, and everyone can enjoy it. So thank you, Commissioner Schrader, for working on this with me. I think that it's gonna end up looking even more beautiful around the courthouse here. So that's it, Chair.
Can I just make a comment?
Of course.
Because put my entomology hat on here, which I still do the Master Melitologist program at OSU. I'm still a part of that. And that's identifying all the bees in Oregon, okay? But most people, one of the comments that Nancy made to me, and I wanted to say to her, you don't have to worry about it as much as you think you do, because people assume that all bees sting, and they don't. In fact, the mason bees and most of the native bees are perfectly harmless. They are stingless. I do know that people are fearful because of allergies, and yeah, you could get a honeybee out there that stings you. But by and large, the native pollinators are not aggressive. Some are aggregates in the ground. Some are single burrows. You've got them laying little bee eggs in rolled up leafcutter bees and leaves, and some of them that kind of drill holes in little, like, old pieces of wood and then plug it up with mud. There's all kinds of fun stuff out there. So I better stop talking, because this probably is. I don't know if anybody likes it as much as I do, but thank you for the policy.
Well, thanks for the education there.
Chair, can I just pop in something? I got to go with the theme here. So I know next year we're going to be putting a lot, so it's good to hear about the pollinator gardens between that and between the Airbnbs that we'll be talking about. It's going to be a very busy year next year.
Oh, oh dear, oh
And
dear.
here's Commissioner Saws with the dad jokes.
The groaners.
Yeah. Well, just a couple quick comments, and kind of following up on my colleagues over here on the Oregon Business Plan Leadership Summit. And what I thought is really beneficial is also the networking that goes on outside, and kind of people having a chance to vent, tell you their concerns, and it was really, I think, a great opportunity to be good listeners. And I do think we're doing a lot of things right on that front, and obviously the goal is always to do better. So, so anyway, I thought it was very valuable. Just another couple highlights. The presented to the Oregon City Rotary yesterday, and once again, it's just always a great opportunity to hear concerns, what's going on, answer questions, and really be involved in what the community's concerns are. And then I attended the State of the Schools address yesterday. They had the Oregon City Superintendent present, and Dr. Cook from the Community College. And I know nationally and in Oregon that birth rates are way down, and it kind of also reflected in kindergarten. The numbers are down, and they've kind of had been trending down. They project that they'll come back, but at least that's kind of where things are at right now. And so it was really interesting to look at some of the data. And I did want to spend just a couple minutes and give a shout out to the community college. And I went there, and it was so valuable to me. And just to tell you kind of the impact that they're making in our community. So to start off, they have over almost 22,000 student population. There's about 6,000 full-time students. The tuition cost is about $5,500. The average age is 31, but they also have students as young as 17 and younger. But the average age kind of for full-time students is about 24. And they have an average of about just 2,700 new students to the college this past year. Now, and the other thing I wanted to point out is out of those students, they have about 2,900 students receive grants, scholarships, and they also have some Pell grants. There's about 2,000 of those, but they have about $1 million in scholarships that they issue. And then economic impact to our community is there's about $314.7 million in income to the Clackamas County economy. And they also, which was really kind of a nice thing to hear, is the community college, their small business development program in 2025 received an award for excellence. And one of the things that they were able to develop is 148 jobs and 80 new businesses. And so just very impressive of the great work they're doing out there. And spoke with Ms. Crenshaw, who's on the board for the college, and yes.
Her daughter-in-law is Chanel Bynum.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
So it was
Congresswoman Bynum, yeah.
nice to hear about her work on the board, and she did tell me she's going to take a welding class at the college, so kudos to her. And so with that being said, the only other thing that we did have a countywide mayor's meeting. It was a great turnout. Gary helped participate and kind of answer some questions having to do with SHS, some development questions, and was really a great opportunity to network with the other mayors. So with that, we have a very business rest of our day, all of us, I know that. So on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, thank you for joining us today, and this meeting will be adjourned. Thanks.